Sharing the stories of you and your neighbors doing incredible things for our community. In this edition of Real Michiana, we're introducing a community activist who's taken a front seat to changing the lives of kids in South Bend. ABC 57's Jess Arnold took a ride around town with the local Reverend to learn more. Hey, Jess.
Hey, Brianne. Now, you may know Reverend Gregory Brown from games at South Bend schools or from the Notre Dame fight song remix you're about to hear. But just last year, this youth minister decided to add Uber driver to his resume, and his goal is to give passengers a 5-star ride with a community-driven message.
And so when I get in, they say, "Are you Gregory, the 5-star driver with the Notre Dame song? Please tell me you're the one." And so when they get in, this is what I do. This is what I do.
Let's go.
Here come the Irish, and we #1. We never stop fighting, competition and run.
Uber driving.
Uber driving.
Clearly, that is all over your car, what you're wearing. How'd that all get started?
Had a couple of youth and some of the kids that go to school, they work at Notre Dame for the football games. And they didn't have transportation. And I come out about 10:30 and get them when they're getting off from work and give them rides home. Being a youth minister, I deal with a lot of kids. My saying that I give them is, your setback is a setup for your comeback. We're using the community as an excuse. So what is the answer? As being one of the leaders in the God Squad, I get out, I ride around, I speak to the kids, I get out and talk to them. I try to let them know somebody cares.
And let's talk about the God Squad a little bit. You mentioned that. Can you tell me the origin and what the mission is?
We go out in areas where they have did investigation and they put the yellow tape up, and we'll pray over the area. What you'll hear is on the corners or walking down the street, and the chant is like, "God Squad! God Squad!" And that's what they hear.
That is loud.
And it's loud. The biggest thing that our goal is trying to put unity back in the community.
But we're seeing still a lot of violence, young people, teenagers getting involved in
Fighting over
homicide,
Facebook,
shootings,
arguing.
Yeah.
He looked at me wrong. And then after they have a disagreement, a shooting, a fight, an argument, and you set them down, and they don't even know why. Unless we have conversation with them, communicate with them, how can we restore them back? You have to have a relationship with them.
What can the average community member do when we continue to see this violence and people feel hopeless?
I still try to be there as their mentor, as somebody that'll talk to them, pray with them, help them, give them a ride. And this is what it takes to put this community back together. That's from what I see.
If you have drivers like you can get to know people so well in just 20 minutes.
Just as me, there ain't no mystery about Notre Dame's history. Notre Dame's history is kept between the streets of Michigan and Maine, in that building called the College Football Hall of Fame. Let's go, Irish!
Never get old watching that. What a fun ride, clearly. Now, the Reverend Brown also makes t-shirts like these to spread his message visually. Now, this one here, "Silence the Violence, All Lives Matter," he made in honor of his mom. So if you want to request him as an Uber driver, though, he told me he usually comes out between 10 o'clock at night and 3 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, and 7 to 6 for Notre Dame games. I'm live in studio. Jess Arnold, ABC 57 News.
I hope I get him for my next ride. Well, the Reverend usually reads some of his own poems to kids at different events, and you can hear one of his go-tos that he shared with Jess exclusively on abc57.com. And as for our weekly reminder, please send any nominations for future Real Michiana features to jarnold@abc57.com.
Well, storms